Today is a pretty unusual episode. It's getting towards the end of the year. We've made it to the FA Trophy quarterfinals. Today we have that game. It's against Chesterfield. We're at home for it. If we win this game, we're going to do the semi-finals today. If we lose it, we're going to bundle in a league game. We're getting towards the crunch end of the season. Things are looking good here at FC United. Let's see if we could end this year on an unbelievable high, shall we? Yes, gang, welcome back. This is episode number 7 of Park to Prem here with FC United. We are into the tail end of our first season at the club, and what a first season it has been. We have exceeded all sorts of expectations, and to be honest, we have one man to thank. I talk about this man every episode. Let's just big him up straight away today. He's got 4 goals in his last 5. He's got one of the best average ratings. My scouts now think he is a Vanarama National League level player, a player who can play 2 levels above us. We're going to hope he can perform to that level, because today, as I've already mentioned, we're in the FA Trophy quarter-final, taking on Chesterfield, a team who currently sit 8th, 2 tiers above us. If we could win today, it would be, without doubt, the biggest win of the year. Despite the fact we have beaten a couple of teams at this level, Kings Lynn, South Shields as well, Chesterfield, I feel like, are a step up from those clubs in the most polite way. Of course, Chesterfield, a team who traditionally have been a Football League club in England for a very, very long time. In the last few years, they've languished down in the National League, kind of stagnated here, and they're going to provide, I think, a pretty good test for us today. But before we shift full focus to the FA Trophy, let's talk about stuff in the league. Not too many games played since you were last here, 4 in the league. And, we remain unbeaten. Against Radcliffe, we won 2-0. It was Stephen Gold and Jones with the goals there. Off the back of that goal, Jones won Young Player and Player of the Month in this division. He really has been top draw as of late. We then took on Scarborough, a team who were predicted to do really well at the start of the year. This year, they've had a really disappointing season. Didn't change here. We were 3-0 up at half-time, and despite them getting an early goal in the second half, we held on for the win. We won against Hyde United 1-0. Rodwell Grant with a very early goal in this game. I don't feel like he's quite chipped in with as many goals as I hoped he would chip in with. But he's only on £400 a week. Of course, he has a contract running to the end of next year. And in this game, he got an all-important goal for us. Unfortunately, in our most recent game, a rare set of dropped points. We drew 1-1 against Stafford Rangers. It was a close game. McIntyre assisted Gold for a late equaliser for us, unfortunately, despite being the better team for most of the game, particularly in the second half. We just couldn't get that all-important second goal to secure a win. So looking at the table, here is how things look. We have played a game more than Lancaster City, but they have been very hit and miss to end this year, dropping a lot of points, a few draws, a few defeats in there as well. And as a result, we have started to pull away at the top of the table. We are 7 points clear. If they win their game in hand, we're only 4 points clear, but that is still a nice little margin. And really, I would like to avoid the playoffs at all costs. Of course, we lost in the playoffs last year. The year before that at Three Bridges, we won in the playoffs. I just don't really like playoffs, especially when it's over a singular leg, which again, at this level, it is. The semi-final is just one leg. The final is just one leg. Really, I'm hoping that we can remain firmly planted to the top of the table to end this year. 36 games played right now, so only 6 games remaining of the year. We're in a really, really good position. And as you can see, between Stephen Gold and Dylan Crowe, they're kind of the 2 men carrying us quite a lot. Harker is appearing in terms of top clean sheets with 15 to his name, but it has been Dylan Crowe crossing it to Stephen Gold. That's been a pretty vital combination for us this year. Now, unfortunately, Dylan, who you might remember was actually suspended for the game against South Shield last episode, he's suspended again today. He's just a very, very naughty boy. So, yeah, when we come to our team news for today's game, and players missing, well, without Dylan Crowe and also Mikey O'Neill. Mikey O'Neill, not really been the squad player I hoped he would be this year. There's been a few players like that, actually, who I brought in as backups, and they've just not really been adequate quality. Obviously, Dylan is going to be a big miss. 17 assists for the right back. Yeah, he's quite important to the way that we play. In fact, he comfortably leads the way when it comes to assists, although it's nice to see the likes of Nesta McIntyre, Jones, and also Harry Wallace chipping in with a pretty decent number of assists between them all. But anyway, no messing around today. We are going to get straight into this FA Trophy quarter-final. As I already mentioned, we're going to play this game. If we win it, if we make it to the semi-final, we're going to do the semi-final again today. If we don't, we'll go and do the next league game and hopefully pull away towards the top of the table. Hopefully set things up so that tomorrow, the end of season episode, is just a nice, chilled out, relaxing experience. Of course, we've done really, really well to make it this far in the FA Trophy. To get to the final 8 teams is no mean feat. If we could go a little bit further, it would be superb, but certainly not expecting it. Ourselves are the only team actually outside the Vanarama National League and the North and South National Leagues still kind of in the competition. So we're really repping it for the lower league clubs. And at home, I feel like we've got a chance, especially if McIntyre can have an effort like that on goal. The keeper got a crazy save there. That would have been one of the best goals of the season. It nearly bent into the top corner inside the first 5 minutes, but Nesta McIntyre's effort was saved. And, well, first chance of the game, it came to us. That gives me some reason for optimism. Corner for us. Mikulski going to be putting in the absence of Crow. And oh my word, he finds Stephen Gold's forehead. And the two strikers link up in a slightly unusual way, I suppose. But we're going to take it. What a header by Gold. He might only have 4 finishing, but I'll tell you what he does have. He has good heading, he has good jumping reach, and he just wins stuff in the air with his mentals. He has been unreal for us. He gives us the lead. Chesterfield, not looking good in this game at the moment. They have not had a shot. Coming up to 35 minutes played here, we could not have wished for a better first half as far as I'm concerned. Of course, it would be nice to get a second goal before half-time, but very few opportunities. Chesterfield not creating a lot. And in the end, we go in at the break, a goal up, and you can't really argue with it. We've been superb. Now, I'm a little bit scared about complacency here, so I'm actually going to tell the players I'm far from pleased and then hopefully try and cheer up Gold, which I've not managed to do, so he's now going to be demotivated for the second half. But generally speaking, I didn't want to praise the players in this situation. I don't know how you guys feel, but when I'm playing Football Manager, if I praise the players in this kind of game, a game where we've dominated it against a better team, I feel like they just get complacent and play better in the second half, kind of the opposition, and our players just play worse. So I don't want to give them any reason to relax. Of course, if Chesterfield now score right away from this opening highlight, suddenly my entire theory has no legs whatsoever, and I'll concede defeat and admit maybe I should have praised the players instead of shouting at them. Anyway, Thomas is fitting in at right back today, and that is a great ball by him to Mikulski, who's through on goal, should finish it, and doesn't. Would Stephen Gold have finished it? With his current confidence, I'd like to say yes. Mikulski this year, he's not been the goal-scoring forward I was hoping he was going to be. That's the kind of chance he really needs to take. So Nesta McIntyre on a booking I do not love. I'm going to take him off and bring in John Sarson. Of course, Sarson has kind of become the go-to attacking midfielder sub for us. Elsewhere, Mikulski's not having a bad game necessarily, but I'm going to bring in Rodwell Grant just because I think with his acceleration, with his ability on the ball, he's the kind of player who against a tiring defence can really, I don't know, just unlock a defence, I suppose. Especially in this kind of game where we've dominated the play and had so many opportunities. I want to believe, I suppose, that Chesterfield are going to be worn down. And Becker free kick. Just over the bar. 20 minutes remaining here. Just the one goal in it still. I can taste the semi-final. We just need to get there now. How hard can it be? 7 minutes left here. It has not been a classic, but that is kind of fine as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to up the time wasting and just lower the tempo and go to positive here, just to try and hold on to the ball to end this game. And with 2 minutes left, there is going to be a highlight. Hopefully, it's going to be us getting a second. That's what I want to believe we're going to see. A late equaliser here would be a gut punch, but with us in possession going forward, I want to believe. It's lovely build-up play. Gold hits the woodwork. It hits the keeper on the back and is saved. And there's another highlight now. We're in the 93rd minute. It's not been a classic. Not a great deal's happened, but Chesterfield have been completely outplayed. We deserve to be in our current position. Just see out the job, lads. Time waste all we need to. Warburton, not in a rush to take the throw-in. Perfectly fine with that. Sarson, Warburton. Gives away the ball, but we'll just have another time-wasty throw-in. That is, you know what? That is A-OK. There is a matter of seconds left, and it's not been a classic. It's not been the crazy quarterfinal that maybe people want to see, but a win is a win. We will take it. Thomas in the wide area pulls it back to Jones. Could we score here to end the game on a high? He puts it in. Rodwell Grant looked offside there. He was offside there. The keeper saved it anyway, but it is the last chance of the game, and with it, we beat another National League team. It makes you question how we've struggled so much against some of the teams in our division. I touched upon it last episode, but I do feel like when teams go more attacking against us, we play better against them. At our own level, we're a bigger club, so teams are naturally going to play more defensive. But against the big boys, we're happy to go blow to blow with them and trade punches. And in this game, we've managed to get the win. Elsewhere, I mean, the question I want to now know is, did Lancaster win? And the answer is they drew 0-0. That was their game in hand. So with that, we remain 6 points clear of them with way, way better goal difference as well. So not only are things going great in the Cup, in the league, things are looking pretty rosy right now. Okay, so the semi-final draw is about to happen. We've got ourselves Stockport County, Torquay United and Southend United. They're all Vanarama National League teams. There is no easy game here. We will take whoever we get drawn against. I would love to be at home for it. Let's see if I can get my wish. Southend United are going to take on Torquay. We're playing Stockport, and it's going to be away from home. That is going to be a tricky, tricky game. If I'm not mistaken, it happens at the start of April. Indeed, it does. It's on the 5th. How many games have we got between now and then? Okay, 3 league games. We've got Matlock Town, Whitton Albion, and Gainsborough Trinity. I'm going to join you guys in just a moment for the semi-finals. I don't know how we've got here. A crazy, crazy run. Could we get to the final? Shall we go find out? Let's go see. Okay, so we're back for the FA Trophy semi-final. Gonna be honest, didn't think this was gonna happen. Thought we were gonna get knocked out of this competition a couple of episodes ago, but we're still here now. I appreciate some of you might be sat wondering, well, Jack, you know, the FA Trophy, why are you making such a big deal out of it? Is there a load of money or anything? Not really. No, I mean, if we lose today in the semi-finals, we get £5,000. If we win, we get £15,000. If we make it to the final, the money does jump up a little bit. £60,000 for winning this competition and £30,000 for coming runner-up. But to be honest, it would be just quite nice to win it, wouldn't it? It'd be quite cool as a team playing a couple of divisions below the Vanarama National League, which is traditionally where the teams who win this competition play their football. And yeah, we're going to try and continue to upset the odds today, as of course, it's Stockport away. But before we talk about that, just a few games to catch you up on since you were last here, because, well, it's been a couple of weeks. We beat Matlock Town 3-2 in the league. Stephen Gold continuing his fine goal-scoring run. Unfortunately, didn't have him for the Whitton Albion game because he was on international duty with Germany. Despite that, though, a 2-0 win. Mikulski and Rodwell Grant, the two other strikers in the team who don't score quite as many, both getting on the score sheet in that one. And then most recently, a really emphatic result against Gainsborough Trinity, a team pushing for the playoffs. They've had a good end to the year, Gainsborough Trinity. In this game, Gold came back from international duty, grabbed himself a hat-trick and an assist. Mikulski looked good alongside him. McIntyre also with a goal and an assist. And all in all, just a really good performance, which means with, well, 3 games of the season left for us, we are in pole position now to win the league. Next episode, of course, will be the end of season wrap-up. Secretly, I'd quite like it to be the FA Trophy final, because I think in terms of league stuff, we should have it wrapped up with a couple of games to spare. It is also just worth noting that whilst we're playing in the trophy, everyone else is still playing in our league. So we will keep a keen eye on Lancaster City and how they get on. If they lose this game here, we all but secure the league title. So yeah, if Loughborough University down in 13th want to do us a favour, that would be appreciated. So in terms of team news coming into today's game, full strength team, nothing to worry about really. I say that, there is actually an injury. It's to Warburton, the guy whose name I forgot last episode. He's our left back. He's okay. He's a backup whose contract I've not yet extended because his demands have been a bit unreasonable. Unfortunately, he's out for the next few weeks, so unavailable today. What that does mean is that Perry is going to have to slot in at left back. Going to be honest, Lucas Perry, the weak link in this team all of a sudden. The kind of strength in depth at fullback, especially on the left side, is questionable at best. Of course, on the right-hand side, Crow is back in the team today. The rest of the team, though, is pretty much full strength. I say all of that. We need to actually bring in a couple of important pieces of the puzzle. And the reason Mbeka and Jones weren't starting this game is just I've rotated the team. Fixture congestion is a bit of a pain in the butt, it turns out, when you go on cup runs like this, that really teams in your division aren't meant to go on. But yes, this is the team we're going to go with. This would be a crazy win. Let's see if we can just keep this sensational run going, shall we? I think it goes without saying as well, ditching the 3 striker formation and going back to kind of the 4-3-1-2 was the right decision a few months ago. We've really kicked on since then. And, well, hopefully we're going to see a few more goals than in the previous cup game. I feel like against these bigger teams, we're quite good at eking out victories. I'd like to do it slightly more comfortably. If we could get 2 early goals and I can breathe a sigh of relief, that would be chipper. The reality is that's probably not how this is going to go down. Stockport away are a very good club, and they've got quite a big stadium, it turns out. It might be big. I'm looking around now, the edge of it. Can't see any gazebos, so not as good as our stadium. Already halfway through the first half here. Been a game of very few chances. We've not had as much of the ball as them, but we are creating perhaps just ever so slightly more. 32 minutes gone, and nothing's happening. Is this really happening again? Okay, it's not happening again. We're going to have a free kick to deal with. Harker in goal might have a big stop to make here. Ollie from range hits it. And we've not had any highlights, suddenly in the 39th minute, like a dagger through my heart from what, 20, 25 yards out, a free kick smashed into the top corner. And I'll be honest, it's a blooming good free kick. I don't think we can blame the keeper for that one. Just a couple of minutes until half time. If we could get a late response here, it would be so good to end the half. Of course, Perry at left back on the ball there. Not really the inspirational player we want to see on the ball. He's not the man who's going to unlock defences, I don't think, today. Crow, on the other hand, on the right-hand side, if he doesn't get sent off, he could be that man. Wallace gives it all the way back to Lewis for them, who's now going to pump the ball forward. Russ nods it down well to Ollie, but we do still have the ball here. We've managed to reclaim it. Now can we hold on to it just a little bit as we look to build out from the back? Jones, Wallace, McIntyre, Gold. Really nice build-up play here. Wide to Crow now, who has options ahead, including Jones. Men in the middle for the centre mid to pick out. He puts it back post. Gold nods it down. Mikulski on the volley, but the flag is raised. And it's not going to count. Lovely, lovely goal. Lovely, lovely move. The nod down from Gold was sensational, but the flag is raised, and probably rightly so. Mikulski just went slightly too early there. So at the break, 1-0 Stockport. We've been pretty good in this game so far. I know we're a goal down. I'm going to tell the players we've been terrible. I'm going to try and encourage them as we get into this second half, but ultimately, we're not getting completely blown away by teams 2 divisions above us. And I have to look at that as a positive. Even if I want to go far in this competition, even if I want to make it to the final, I have to look at it through a positive lens. If they get another though early here, I do then start to panic. We're coming up to an hour gone here. And right as I was just about to maybe make a change, a highlight begun. Crow on this near side, whipping it back post. What? Sorry, we're going to have to rewind that. Did you just see what I've just seen? Did you just see what Gold just tried here? I was expecting him to header it. He's gone for the overhead kick. How can you not love this man? I mean, I reacted like that when it went over. Imagine how I might have reacted if that overhead kick had gone in. We need to make some changes here. Mikulski's not been great. I'm going to bring in Rodwell Grant. Elsewhere in the team, I'm going to take off Wallace, I think. I'm going to move McIntyre forward and then bring in Sarson. It's kind of the standard go-to change, it feels like, at this point. Change up some personnel in the final third. And you know what? We might as well just properly go for this now, right? In transition, distribute quickly. Let's focus less on playing it out from the back and more pressing as high up the pitch as we can here. We've got 25 minutes to turn it around. And, well, tactical changes made straight into a highlight. Could it be the instant impact? Perry whips it in. Rodwell Grant can't get there, but it's over to Crow, who does need to be careful on a booking. He gives it to Jones. A couple of players got to walk the tightrope here. Ball whipped in. Rodwell Grant couldn't get his noggin on it. Could have been a sensational impact sub on off the bench to score immediately. I say all of that. The ball is not away from danger, and it's Perry at left back, whose creativity I've questioned. And, well, that's why. Not great by him at left back there. Ollie now playing it forward. Perry caught out of position. Needs to get back the left back. Russ through the middle. Yannick makes an atrocious effort at a tackle. And that effort just over the bar. And from that effort just over the bar, into another highlight immediately. Goal kick, kicked forward. Gold nods it down well. McIntyre bursting through the middle. Could go all on his own. His shot just wide of the mark too. Both teams still clearly getting forward and still trying to get that all-important goal. As with 20 minutes left, we're into the third highlight in the space of just a matter of minutes. This game is opening up. Tired legs are emerging, and it's Jones for them bringing it forward. He's gone all on his lonesome. Harker makes a really, really important stop there in goal. It is out for a corner, though, that we are still going to have to deal with. So the question on everyone's lips is, can we deal with it? It's flicked across goal. Keith now at the back post hits it. Wow. 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 That's quite a good finish, isn't it? That is not a chance that I thought was going to result in anything, if I'm being completely honest. I thought the highlight was over once we, well, I thought got it away. And the ball was suddenly going away from our goal. But that effort, in off the underside, the crossbar, it doubles Stockport's lead. It makes things quite tricky for us now, doesn't it? Right, wing-backs get on the attack. I mean, we're already so attacking. It's difficult, really, to do anything more. Jones on a booking scares me, so we'll bring in Jack Thomas. Elsewhere, let's look to hit early crosses and also just focus the play down the wings here. Let's stretch this play wide, play it direct, and let's aim for Stephen Gould's forehead. And also, actually, Rodwell Grant is okay in the air too. So we've got 2 aerial presence. Of course, in going for it now, we are going to leave ourselves open at the back. And, well, that corner sails over everyone. If we get one back with 15 minutes left, we're not out of this. But the odds are stacked against us. Away from home, taking on Vanarama National opposition. And let's be honest, Perry at left back hasn't been very good, has he? Every time we've seen a highlight, I feel like he's been doing something wrong. I don't want to throw any one man under the bus, but I have just grabbed him by the collar and chucked him as the bus goes by there. Russ to Keith, looking to make it 3. That is our FA Trophy dream over, folks. We've made it far. Unfortunately, we've stumbled right before the final. And all that money, that 60,000 for winning, that 30,000 for coming second and losing in the final, is not going to be landing in our bank account because, well, to be honest, they've taken the chances that have come their way pretty well. And we've not really created enough in this game. I do feel like the gap in quality is probably showing, and also perhaps just the weakness at left back is being exploited. Perry is currently, well, he was on a 6.2. He's now on a 6.4. This game is going to wrap up. A bit of a disappointing end to what's been an emphatic cup run, but we can look back on it fondly. Despite the result, I'm pleased. I mean, the players aren't pleased. I don't know why I've said that. I knew they wouldn't be happy. The only thing that can cheer me up now is if Lancaster have lost in the league. That would put me on cloud 9, and they won, which is annoying because it means they're 6 points behind us with 3 games left of the year. But, well, the way you look at the table, we should wrap up the league tomorrow fairly convincingly. Yeah, disappointing way to end things, I suppose, with the cup. But let's look at the positives. We went far in a trophy. We weren't expected to go far in. The fans enjoyed the cup run. I enjoyed the cup run. And I think if nothing else, we've actually proven ourselves capable of battling it against teams, you know, a couple of tiers above us, which can only bode well for kind of the immediate future here at FC United, because I'd like to think that in the next 2 years, we will be playing at that Vanarama national level with this side. But anyway, folks, that is going to wrap up everything from me. Next time out, I'm not sure what we're going to do. I might just come back for the Marine game at the end of the year. There's a reasonable chance that we can actually wrap up the title with our very next game. So it might be that I do the game against Dunstan to start the episode. If we wrap up the title, we can come and have an end-of-season party and have a bit of a reflective look, as well as a look at how we're going to change things going into next season here at FC United. I hope you're excited for that. Hopefully we can seal promotion next time. And well, until then, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.